Yeehaw!
We're so back.
Hey everyone. Welcome back to the Driver's Training Podcast.
Hello.
I'm Suzy.
I'm Audrey.
And we're in my new apartment.
It's not my new apartment. I just wanted to be involved.
It kind of looks exactly the same.
It's like the same couch, the
same
blankets,
setup, same blank wall, but rest assured it is different. You may also notice we are on different sides of the couch.
Yeah, we're still figuring out the setup. This also probably won't be the same setup next time because we're planning on recording in Suzy's sunroom in her new apartment because the lighting's better and like it's just cuter vibes in there.
Yeah, I was feeling a little too bold last week when I was like, oh yeah, like the sunroom will be all set up and it'll be cute and we can record back there, knowing damn well it wasn't going to be unpacked and look good.
But that's okay because moving is a process, just like all of life.
Yeah, and honestly, it went pretty smooth. It was very expensive. I don't want to talk about it. And I got sick immediately, like the first day I moved here.
Because of those damn kids.
Because those damn kids I was watching, one of them was on antibiotics, and then the other one started getting sick, like the last day that I was watching them. And I completely forgot about that until I woke up sick one day. And I was like, where the heck did I get this from? And then I just had an epiphany that it was those damn ass kids.
Yeah.
So I blame them for everything. I'm feeling a little better now, but apologies if you hear that I sound a little congested and nasty. A little sick. I think it makes me sound sexy.
Right.
You know, when you get like a deeper, like grovelly, sick voice, everyone's like, oh, that's so sexy.
Yeah, I like that, especially when I get laryngitis.
Sexy.
And I can like barely talk and it's like cracking all the time. It's awesome.
Sexy bronchitis.
I also want to just say I'm wearing my Budweiser shirt and I like wearing this shirt because I can't wear it to work. So it's like, oh, it's my weekend. It's my weekend
It's
shirt.
your weekend shirt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Funny. It is a cool shirt.
Thanks. I got it at Meijer.
Okay, Meijer. Shout out to Michigan residents out there. Frances is up to her usual shenanigans. I mean, what do we expect at this point? But yeah, the neighborhood's great.
Yeah, we met one of Suzy's neighbors today.
Yeah, like about 20 minutes ago, Audrey was pulling up, and so I went to greet her outside because I'm a good host and homeowner. And we ran into one of my neighbors, and he was like, do you guys want to hear a crazy story? And of course we were like, yes, please.
I thought you had already met him.
No, never seen him before in my life.
He just wanted to share, like he had to, but like I don't blame him at all.
Yeah, I feel like he was hanging around outside, like waiting for someone to walk by so that he could tell the story. Mm-hmm. But basically, he pointed to this like window in front of his house. It was like it's like a 2-story or 3-story house. I don't know. It's an apartment building.
The
like,
front window of the first level apartment, it was like broken. It was so bad.
Like so busted. And he was like, a bird like broke in and flew through there, broke the glass, like flew into the apartment. And he knows the guy who lives there. And I guess it's this like 80-year-old man who lives alone. And he talked to him and he's like, hey man, like, did you see a bird in your apartment?
Like, there's gotta be a dead
like,
bird in your apartment somewhere.
Definitely a bird. And the guy was like, no, like, didn't notice it. Didn't even know his window was broken.
And then he was like, come here and look at this. It's right there. And I was like, oh no, like I'm about to see this dead bird. But like the blinds were down and sitting on the windowsill was like a pigeon that is like fully alive.
Yeah, like a fully living, breathing pigeon just chilling in the window.
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
It's just crazy to me, first of all, the fact that he didn't know there was a full living pigeon in his apartment. The second thing is there is a like huge piece of broken glass, like a gap of the window is open, like the wind has to be coming through. The last couple of days I feel like it's been pretty cold.
Yeah, it's been really windy. It was like raining all day yesterday.
how do you not notice that at the least?
Yeah, like a pigeon-sized hole in the window.
It's so big. I think Suzy took a picture of it.
Yeah.
So we can put it on our Instagram. But oh my gosh, so crazy. Like, crazy way to start off the podcasting
It was
day.
so funny and so random. And it's nice to know that I've got such cool neighbors around.
Yeah, this neighborhood seems really nice. I didn't tell you this actually, but I helped Bree unpack last weekend, and as I was walking over here, this stray cat like came up to me and started like rubbing against my legs. It was this black cat, and it had a collar on. It said his name was Ron. And there was
Fuck-ass cat name.
literally, I was like, who names their cat this? But there was a phone number on there, and he kept on following me, and I was like getting concerned because he was following me for a while, and I was like, okay,
Come on, Ron, go home.
Right. I called the number on the collar, and I was like, your cat keeps following me. I don't want him to come home with me. And she's like, yeah, that's Ron. You're probably on this street. And I was like, yeah, I am.
Aww.
And she's like, yeah, he wanders around the neighborhood. I also have a tortie named Jeannie, or something like that.
Ron and Jeannie.
You'll probably see them or see her too. So yeah, they have GPSs on their collars too, so she's able to track them.
Oh, that's kind of sick. I don't know. I have such mixed opinions about like outdoor cats.
I think so. I had an indoor-outdoor cat growing up. To be fair, I lived in the middle of nowhere, like on 10 acres of land, soybean fields just surrounding me, and like
Stinky?
I wouldn't say stinky.
Oh. I was thinking of like sugarcane or whatever.
Oh,
There's something that's
I never
smelly.
smelled like sugarcane crop.
If y'all know, you know, it's stinky. Anyway,
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's okay. But my cat Pandora, like our first cat at my mom's house, she was like an outdoor cat before we took her in. So naturally, like we would let her go outside.
Yeah.
But it's also different because, like I said, middle of nowhere. There's no neighbors to be like, oh my God, this cat's following me. Like, if you're in, like, Chicago, like,
Yeah.
like your building window is facing another building. Like, there's no sunlight coming in. Like, there's, like, I don't know. It's just not a good idea to me.
Yeah. It's just like, I just feel like there's so many cars, so much danger afoot.
Yeah.
But I just remembered when I was a kid, there was an outdoor cat on my street, and I was like, this is my cat, like I'm taking him home and he's mine forever. I don't remember if he had a collar or not. I feel like he didn't, but he was also very fat and well fed, so I'm like, this is not like a stray cat that needs a home. This is somebody's outdoor cat. And I like tricked him into following me all the way home. And then my parents were like, what the fuck is this? Like, you have to let him go. Like, this is not your cat. And so I had to kind of lure him back to the area in which he was found.
I would have been so sad.
Like, imagine some dumbass kid just, like, takes your cat.
But, like, if I were the kid, I would have been sad because I couldn't keep it. I saw, like, you already know, there was this stray cat on my street, like in my current apartment, who was just like so beautiful, like one of the most beautiful cats I ever seen. And she had an Apple AirTag on her collar, so she definitely was like someone's cat. But she kept on following me, and she was like plopping down against my feet and being so cute, and I've never seen her again. And like every time I have to leave my apartment to go that way, like I will go out of my way to go down the way where I first saw her. And I think of her so much.
Maybe she was a ghost or like a guardian angel, and she was just stopping in to be like, you're good, sis.
Work, diva, keep going.
Keep your head up, diva.
Yeah. I love stray cats, though. I feel like one day I'll have one of my own.
Yeah. That's like, it's been interesting here because I have a cat and Bree has a cat, and they do not really vibe yet. At least Frances doesn't really vibe with her cat, because Frances is very, she's very selfish, and she likes to be an only child and have all the attention on her, and she doesn't want to interact with other cats, even though she came from the outdoors. Yeah. So she was definitely around other cats, like, for the first few months of her life at least, but...
And that's why she has 3 legs instead of 4.
Yeah, but then she got spoiled, and now thinks she deserves the world, which she does, but she also has to share that world. Mm-hmm. So I think we're just trying to slowly introduce them. They got a little peek at each other today.
Yeah, I accidentally let Milo through the doors, because there's, like, a door in y'all's apartment that...
it just, like, splits the house in half, basically.
Yeah, and that's been shut to separate them.
Yeah, but he rushed out on a mission, and her tail just got so big.
It was massive. So
it was
crazy.
Really funny, but she's clearly fine now. We're just gonna slowly figure it out and hope they fall in love and can, like, snuggle together. That's all I've ever wanted, is 2 cats that enjoy each other's company and are cute together. But so far, all my cats just hate other cats.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Well, I feel like Suzy had a cat before Frances. Her name was Busy. And I feel like Busy not getting along with your old roommate's cat was not Busy's fault, but it was the other cat's fault.
Yeah, he was a little aggressive.
Yeah.
Whereas here, Milo's very friendly and kind, and he just wants to play.
And Frances is the aggressor.
Yeah. Which is funny, because she has 3 legs and can't really fight. Mm-hmm. But she's got a mean hiss on her.
She does.
She can be very threatening. Yes, work it, diva.
Yeah. So that's what's been going on this past week. Nothing really crazy for me this past week. Just playing D&D every Tuesday. I rewatched the D&D movie last night. Mm-hmm. So freaking good.
I remember, I think I liked it, but I don't think I loved it.
I think if you don't, like, know D&D like that, you're probably like, oh, this is a good movie. But if you know D&D, there's, like, so many things, like, you can tell, like, when a character rolls a nat 1, basically, because they perform really badly. Like, I feel like Simon, the wizard in that movie, Justice, whatever his name, he definitely rolls a lot of nat 1s. Yeah. So it's really funny.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get it with the context. Yeah. Okay, nerd.
Loser, whatever.
Hellfire Club.
Yeah. With your ball games.
And your... I forget.
I don't know. That was a whole era of Stranger Things thirst traps with Eddie
Munson.
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot believe Stranger Things is still going on. It's been so long.
That show just, those kids are too grown.
They're so old now.
It's like, those kids are too grown. I feel the same way about Euphoria.
There's, like, no way they're doing a season 3.
I don't think it's gonna happen. They say it's happening, but, like, I just don't see it happening, especially after Angus Cloud passed away.
Yeah, and I feel like half the cast was already like, no, I don't want to come back.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get why Zendaya is, like, so into it.
Back in my day, Zendaya used to be Meechee.
Girl, shut up. Speaking of Zendaya, we're going to see a very exciting movie today.
Yes!
A movie I've been looking forward to for months.
Can you guys guess what it is? It's not Dune 2.
It's Challengers.
Yes.
No, I'm, like, just seeing everyone's reactions on Twitter already. I'm so excited for this movie.
I'm really excited too. You will definitely see my review on Letterboxd. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure my Letterboxd username is, like, the same as my usernames on everything else.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever want to follow along with our reviews clues game, we pull some of the stuff from there.
I'd argue we pull all of the stuff from there.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, follow our Letterboxd, follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter, add me on LinkedIn.
I am like on my LinkedIn grind. I'm adding people I haven't spoken to in years. And I'm just like living for the LinkedIn drama.
Dude, I can't with people who treat LinkedIn like an additional like social media platform. Like they treat it like Twitter or Instagram, and it pisses me off so bad.
No, I'm seeing a lot of things on LinkedIn where it's like my like people I'm connected with are liking posts that I'm like, this is like not related to work at all.
No, there's people that post about like having their baby or like getting a divorce, or just like I saw someone post about their fucking divorce on LinkedIn, and I'm like, girl, I go on Facebook, like I actually don't care.
Yeah.
And then people are posting memes that are like old.
Be mindful of why you were invited to the section.
Exactly. LinkedIn, be mindful. People on LinkedIn are not mindful of why they were invited to the section. That's so real.
Yeah.
It just like, what do you mean you're a LinkedIn influencer?
Like, that's
Kill
not
yourself.
a real thing.
Like, that's crazy. Do anything else with your life, I'm begging you.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so LinkedIn is the GOAT.
No.
No, it's not.
It's the woat.
It's worst of all time?
Yup.
Okay.
Yep, copyright that. I was the first to ever say it. No one's ever said that before.
I've never heard it.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Well, then, yes, it was me. It was all me. Fuck, what was I just gonna say?
I feel like this episode, it's gonna be a short one. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this isn't gonna be our best.
But at the same time, too, like, I'm still trying to get the content out there. I'm trying to stay true to who we are.
Yeah, we're just keeping it real. One thing about us, we're just like really real.
Oh, I know something I could talk about.
Okay.
Last weekend on Sunday, my friend Alec played a show. He's part of a band called Subviolet. He plays the guitar. And pulled up, me and Giovanni go together, and Alec's parents are there.
Oh my gosh.
And
the whole family.
His mom is exactly like how he described. He talks about his mom a lot. He's always like describing his mom. Anytime he talks as his mom, he always says mijo, like in front of everything. And when she like walked into the venue, that was the first thing she said.
Aww.
So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. And his dad is like, he has this long beard and like he's bald, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got the same vibes, kind of like my dad a little bit.
That's awesome.
And after his set, it somehow ended up that I was stuck talking with like his parents and his aunt.
Okay.
And by myself.
Oh wow.
And we just really hit it off. At one, like, we were talking for like well over 10 minutes, just the four of us, and then Giovanni turned around after he got done talking with like another group of people, and he saw like how hard they were laughing at like my stories and everything. And he was just like, what, like, what am I walking into here? But I don't know, put me in a room with like people's parents, and like,
and you have that riz.
Yeah, I got parent riz.
That's awesome. I feel like I don't. I'm so awkward around. Well, I guess it depends on the parents and if they have cool vibes or not.
Yeah.
If the parents have bad vibes, like, I can't.
If your parents are the type of people who like are gonna stay quiet, like, I'll talk to you and try to like, have conversation, but if you're just not willing to like talk to me, I'm going to talk to someone else.
Yeah.
And that goes for any person. There's someone we know, and I haven't seen them in a while, but I remember the first time I met them, I was like asking the group questions and they wouldn't say anything. So then I'd ask them specifically and they'd be like, I don't know.
Dude.
And it's like, oh my God, you're not even trying.
Speak up.
Like, Can you say that a little louder, maybe? Or can you
No.
contribute to the conversation? Why are you here?
See, that's so frustrating being in a conversation where the other person, like, isn't giving anything. Especially, like, I feel like I'm not the greatest at, like, small talk and, like, random social conversations. And so then if I have to be the one to, like, to carry that shit, like,
It's hard.
it's so bad.
I feel like I'm really good at it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes, like, I never want to talk to people if it's just me and the Uber driver in the Uber. But yesterday I had an Uber driver and, God, it was just like, he was like, I could tell you're cool. I could tell you're chill. And, like, he kept on talking to me. And, like, of course I'm going to be friendly and talk back. But, like, I just want to sit back, shut the fuck up, and, like, chill. Like he said, I'm a chill person. Doesn't mean I want to talk.
Yeah.
Speaking of Uber drivers, last week after the podcast, I Ubered back to my apartment. And the Uber driver I had originally couldn't find Suzy's apartment. And I kept on, like, seeing him circle the block. And, like,
It's so crazy to just watch them on the map and just see every mistake that they're making.
I saw them on the map, but then I also saw their car drive past your apartment too.
That's
and
crazy.
So he texted me and he was like, I'm here. And he clearly wasn't. So I called him. I was like, hey, I keep seeing you drive past the apartment. It's right here. And he was basically like, you put in the wrong address. Like, this isn't the right address. I can't find your apartment. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're having that much trouble finding it, you can go ahead and cancel the ride. I'll find a new driver. And he's like, no, you have to cancel.
Dude, I swear I just saw something on, like, TikTok or whatever where they were talking about how Uber drivers will, like, try to get you to cancel it so that they get whatever fee from that without having to actually drive and do anything. And I feel like that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
Because what do you mean you physically drove by it multiple times and you can't find it and it's the wrong address?
His car was, like, bright red too. Like, it stood out. Like, I can see you driving by. And I was like, yeah, I'm not paying the cancellation fee because it's not my fault. So you're gonna have to do that. And he's like, well, I'm gonna get a bad rating if I do that. And I'm like, okay, but it's your fault.
Like, you're doing a bad job.
Yeah.
Like, you are not doing well at your job right now.
Yeah. But long story short, I did cancel it. It was like a $4 cancellation fee, and I just contacted Uber support and they gave me the refund. So
Hey.
yeah.
And then wasn't there something fucked up about the next person who took your ride? Or
the
was
next person just took like 10 minutes to get to me.
Oh.
Oh, but then I also Ubered to Suzy's apartment that day. And y'all ever, like, know when someone has tonsil stones?
Tonsil breath.
It literally, like, windows were all the way up, and I could tell this man had tonsil stones, and he just would not be quiet. And it was, like, stuff that I didn't even need to respond to. Like, he'd be like, man, this traffic.
Oh my god.
And that's another thing, like, about Uber drivers. I hate when they complain about the traffic, or if they're, like, getting pissed off at the traffic, so they'll go down another street that ends up taking, like, you longer to get to your original destination. But yeah, his breath smelled so bad. I was just like, please get me out of here, please.
I feel like it's always the Ubers that do the worst job and make the worst decisions that will message you and be like, remember to rate 5 stars.
I've had a lot of Uber drivers recently be like, excuse me, Audrey, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for this ride?
Excuse me, miss.
Yeah, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, wow, they only pay me this much.
Like, damn, that's crazy.
Like, okay.
I mean, it is messed up how much, like, Uber takes from them.
Yeah, I will say the city of Chicago, too, has mandates with, like, the Uber app where, like, you have to pay fees to the city or whatever. But I don't know, like... I don't know.
And it's like, I will give you 5 stars almost no matter what, unless you're putting my life at risk. Like,
yeah.
I think there've only been a couple times where, like, the driver was actually genuinely being dangerous and like honking and cutting people off, that I was like, I really can't give you 5 stars. Like, I'm so sorry.
I also feel the same way, especially because on the app, like, if you're giving anything less than 5 stars, you have to give a reason as to why you're rating lower.
And I'm so lazy and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
That's a lot of work.
It's so much. It's like too much even.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you want to talk about that show you've been watching?
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so I started watching this show on Netflix called Heartbreak High. I thought Audrey had recommended it to me.
I recommended Heartstopper.
Completely different show.
But it's another, like, teenage, romance.
Is it Australian or is it British?
It's British.
Okay, so different. Heartbreak High is Australian. And let me just tell you guys something about myself that's really deep and personal. I am so obsessed with teenage romance, comedy, drama, whatever you want to call it, like shows.
Rom-coms?
But it's like a rom-com drum type beat.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what it is, but I'm just so obsessed. Like, The Summer I Turned Pretty.
That is like Suzy's like hyperfixation.
Dude, when the first season came out, I'm not kidding, I think I rewatched it like 7 times within a month or 2. That shit is so good. And Heartbreak High, it's the same thing, where it's like, it's just a funny little show about, there's love. It's kind of like, if Euphoria met Never Have I Ever, which I know you haven't watched, but it's another teenage comedy, romance, whatever show. It's kind of like if those two meshed, because it's not really as like serious and deep as Euphoria, but they still have like drug dealers and like they like crime, but it's so funny, and the writing is actually really good. Like, it's definitely Gen Z writing, but I feel like it actually makes sense, whereas I feel like a lot of shows try to incorporate like the slang and just have no idea,
like, how do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like they don't really know what it means, and so they don't use it right. But Heartbreak High, like, that shit's awesome. I just feel like it's healing my inner child, because I never really had any teenage romance or drama or did anything with my life until I was over like 20 years old. And so by watching these shows, I'm like, yeah, that is sweet. That's okay. Nostalgic, and like, I don't know, there's something about young love, man. And it just like sucks. Like, I'm never gonna experience that because I'm old now.
Young love?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna be 26.
But you can be in love and feel young again.
I mean, I guess.
That's what real love does.
It's just not the same. Like, I just need to be in a...
You make me feel so young.
I need to be in a situationship with, like, 2 guys.
Don't
we play tennis.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't ever put me in a situation.
But... Oh. I was gonna say, but put me in a situationship. I just feel like I need my heart broken. I feel like sometimes I go through phases
Heartbreak hide.
Exactly. I just go through phases where I like need that like deep emotional thing to like happen to me, because I have literally nothing going on in my dating life at all. And so I just feel, I don't know, like sometimes I just feel the need to go through a breakup, because there's always that like the glow up after, or the refresh and reset, and I can't really get that unless I go through something. Does that make sense? Or am I actually crazy?
No, I think it makes sense, because after like experiencing something as traumatizing as a breakup, because most of the time it is like trauma, regardless of how intense that trauma is. It does like awaken something inside of your mind, like, whoa, what was that? Like,
I need to change. And so I just think it'd be nice, but the issue is, to go through a breakup, you have to date someone first. And that's the hard part for me.
I mean, you don't even necessarily have to date someone. If you have like a situationship.
Yeah.
Like, that's not dating, but like ending a situationship can be as traumatic as ending a relationship.
I know, but I don't have that
from
either.
Personal experience.
Oh. Yeah, I have nothing. Actually, what I do have is an obsession with flirting with men who live across the country.
Yeah.
Because it's so much easier for me if it's just online and they don't live anywhere near me and there are zero repercussions into what I say or do. I feel like there's unfortunately multiple guys where I'm like, oh yeah. Like,
but then when like faced with them in real life,
yeah, I'm like,
you pass out on the date because you're anemic.
No, that never happened. Actually, I didn't pass out. I just felt like I was
close.
going to. I got scared and I had to go home. But yeah. Anyway, but it's just like so much easier when they like when I don't have to see them.
No, I understand that. Like going,
it's so fun.
It was like thinking about like in high school when I go on Omegle and I just like be talking to strangers on the chat and like flirting with them, even though like I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if they're like actually teenagers like I am. Like definitely not. Yeah. But it was just like fun and it makes you feel less alone.
Exactly. But I feel like I need to figure out a way to get over that, because I feel like I kind of do that with Hinge, even though it's a little bit different. But I'll just like talk to someone a little bit, and then I mean it's a classic thing. You talk for a bit and then they're like, let's meet up, and I'm like, actually you're kind of ugly and I don't like you and I don't want to do that or see you ever. Yeah, I don't know, I need to be fixed.
Someone will be like, I can fix her.
Leave a comment if you think you can fix me. Leave a comment. I could really use it.
Do you want to do our game? You want to wrap things up?
Yeah, I feel like we keep it. Look, guys, we're EP today.
Yeah, it's just like been a long week. It's been exhausting. Yesterday I had therapy and afterwards I just like went into bed and like there wasn't even necessarily anything that I'm like super upset about, but like I just like was sobbing just because, you know, sometimes like sobbing is like healing and like you just need to let those tears out to feel better.
Me when I'm on that airplane where the bathroom broke and the pee and sewage went everywhere and people were sobbing. Did you see that?
What?
There was like I don't know, on some, I think it was a Spirit Airlines, like the bathroom flooded. And
it would be Spirit.
And there was like a video of it and there was this lady just crying because of the smell, and it was low-key really funny. Like, why are you sobbing?
I mean, I don't think I'd be sobbing, but like I'd be throwing up.
Yeah.
Like when someone diarrheaed all over the like the plane, like the pathway. Yeah. Because they couldn't make it to the bathroom.
That's so brutal.
Imagine like being in the seat next to it and then it's like, man, I gotta walk through this diarrhea to get off of the plane.
I'm so glad I wasn't on that plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been sleepy. Me and Brie have been going to bed at like 9 p.m. every night since moving in, just because it's exhausting. Yeah. But we'll be back and better than ever next week. But before that, we have a little game to play.
This is Reviews Clues. We go on Letterboxd and pick a movie and then read 3 reviews from that movie to each other, and then the other person has to try and guess the movie. Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. So this one is from Jiba. This says, my schizophrenic uncle who killed his wife would have loved this movie.
Oh, okay. Is it the Joker?
No. Oh. That's a good guess, though. This next one is from Anika.
Burger? Sorry.
Onika Burger. But Anika says, I too would learn quantum physics and time travel so that I could kill myself.
Oh. Okay, what's the third one?
The third one is from Lucy.
Oh wait, is it is Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Keep going.
Because I haven't seen this movie, but I know you have.
Oh, okay.
I chose this movie. Giovanni, I asked him, I said, what movie should I do for Reviews Clues? And he said this one.
Okay.
Okay. And then this last one, he said, it will definitely give it away. It's from Lucy. I still think suck a fuck is one of the best insults I've ever heard. If you need another hint, I can read your review of this movie.
Yes, please, because I literally have no idea what's going on.
Okay, hang on.
Back in time to kill myself.
Let me pull up your review.
Because I was thinking Looper, but it's not that.
It's not. So your review says, and this will also give away one of the actors.
Okay.
Your review, you watched it August 13th, 2022.
Oh.
Sorry, Taylor Swift, but Jake slayed in this. I will definitely have to watch again.
Oh, Donnie Darko?
Yeah.
Oh! Yes, of course. See, that did cross my mind, but
you didn't say it.
Yeah, I got scared. That is such a good movie.
I actually haven't seen it, so...
You should watch it. I think you'd really like it.
Yeah, I think I would too.
He does eat in it. Shout out Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Okay, this review is from Kathy, and she says, this is the best high school film because it includes a cowboy clique.
Okay.
Next review is from Ella. She likes Thai food, feminist prose, and angry girl music of the indie rock persuasion. Okay, me.
Is it super bad?
Nope.
Okay. I don't know why.
And no, it's a fair guess. And then the last review is from Drea, who says, thank you, Shakespeare, for giving us this movie.
Oh.
You know it.
Okay. So it's based on a Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cowboy clique.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Romeo and Juliet?
No.
But...
Do you want that quote again?
Yeah.
From the movie?
Yeah.
She likes Thai food, feminist prose, and angry girl music of the indie rock persuasion. It is a rom-com.
It's a Oh, it's 10 Things I Hate About
You. Yes, it is. That might
That
be one of my favorite rom-coms of all time.
Mine too. That is a really good one. Heath Ledger. Whoa.
So sexy.
Yeah. Awesome movie.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
This next one?
please.
I
I hope y'all are playing along at home.
Yeah, I feel like people I talk to say they like to play along, and I think it's definitely fun to play along. I was just telling Suzy when I re-listened to like our recordings, I'm like, I don't even know what the movie is because I don't even remember. Okay.
Yeah, so if you're playing at home by yourself, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to play by yourself.
It's okay to play with yourself.
Mm-hmm. With us.
Okay, so this review is from Clementine. Damn, you can't have shit in Detroit.
Barbarian?
Yes.
It was just the first movie that came to mind that was placed in Detroit.
That is so funny. Can I read you the other ones I have?
Of course.
So I had your review on there too.
Okay.
Yours said, she's so mother.
She was.
She was
so mother.
And then Carts said
Eric Cartman.
still not as creepy as A Night at Ma's.
Dude. Yes.
So real. I also am so surprised we haven't done Ma.
Yeah. Me too.
Is that what you have next? No way. Well, let me like read. No way.
Let me show the audience.
That is so funny. Suzy literally has like she emailed the screenshot to herself.
Because my phone's recording.
Read me the reviews you have.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I could not play that off. I was like, yeah, ha ha ha. Okay, so the first one was from Kenneth. If y'all just partied in Rachel Berry's basement instead, none of this would have happened.
So real.
And then from Cookie, I'd already seen half this movie on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then from Nick, damn Ma, is it that serious? Which I thought was a funny little hint.
That is really funny. Don't make me drink alone.
We love that movie.
I love that movie so much. That movie is like camp, like so good. That movie, the movie Freaky with what's his name?
That
guy. The tall guy. And the girl who was just in that Vince Vaughn, and the girl who was just in that Frankenstein remake.
Yeah.
That movie is really good too.
Yeah. Shout out Ma. This
Shout out
episode
Ma.
is dedicated to Ma. Don't make her drink alone.
Don't make her drink. Y'all mad at me or something?
Y'all mad at me or something?
I think that's it for the podcast today.
Yeah, thank you all for listening, for watching, for supporting. As per usual, we do it all for the fans. We love you guys. Not parasocially, but for real.
Yeah, we're over 30 subscribers now.
Yes! We're so close to 100.
So close. You guys hit that sub button. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Music. Make sure or Apple Podcasts. Make sure you leave that review.
5 stars. We're like those Uber drivers. Make sure to give me 5 stars.
And please give me 5 stars on the app. Thank you so much.
Yep. Period.
Okay.
On that note,
I'll see you next week. See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.